Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It feels like fall this morning, even though it's still summer, and I expect it'll warm up one more time before fall actually gets here. But it is a beautiful, cool morning here, and I'm getting the wheelbarrow because I want to get started on my fall to-do list. But before I do that, I'm going to open this package that I got from Mary. She is sending me a plant. And occasionally I get friend mail from you guys, Darlene and Mary. So Darlene has sent me quite a few packages, and I keep forgetting to open them on camera because I get so excited. So, oh, looky here. Let's see what's in here. Here are the starts of the fairy flowers, also known as strawberry begonia. They are shallow-rooted perennials. They like mostly shade and moist soil. The plant is a rosette. They are growing. They will send up a flower stalk in April or May. Oh. Oh my. Look at that. Little strawberry begonias. A perennial. Let's open it. So I can show you guys. There you go. Now, Mary and her family came to visit me this summer. Her granddaughter, her husband, her daughter, and her daughter's partner were all here this summer. They came to visit for the little granddaughter's birthday. They were at the museum, and then they came over here, and we had a beautiful afternoon spending time together, getting to know each other. And anytime you want to visit, just let me know, and I will roll out the red carpet for you. Maybe I'll have Mr. Steve even bake some of his famous cookies. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about before we get started on today's adventure is I wanted to talk about Leche. She had lost her fur, and we became alarmed about it and checked her out, and they couldn't find anything wrong with her at the vet's office. So then we just made sure she had, everything normal, making sure she's eating and stuff like that. And then about a week after we thought she was all cleared and doing well, I noticed that there was some runny poo in the barn. And I thought, well, that doesn't look like duck poo. So I'm going to keep an eye, because it could be, one of the chickens. It could have been anything. So then I kept an eye on her, and I noticed that she was a little stinky, so I checked her bottom, and she had diarrhea. So we went to the vet, and she was running a low-grade fever. So they ran some tests. And they said that it looks like she had parasitic anemia and that she needed a blood transfusion, and they sent us to Purdue University Purdue University Farm Animal Hospital to check her out, and Dulce, because they travel together. We can't keep them separated because they would get very upset. So we keep them together, and we took them to Purdue, and they ran some tests on both the girls. They couldn't find any parasites. They really don't know what's wrong with her. However, they did give her a blood transfusion. So they gave her a blood transfusion, and we were gone all day. We left the little farm at about 10 o'clock. We left here at 10 o'clock, and we didn't get home till about 9:30 at night. So we had a long day. Not to mention, Leche and Dulce probably had a very long day that day. She seems to be fine. She has lost a lot of weight. I got some sweet feed to try to fatten her up a little bit, so I'm feeding her, and we'll just wait and see. She has another appointment next Friday to go, a follow-up appointment to see how she's doing. But I appreciate all of your kind thoughts and all of your well wishes and all of that positive energy that you guys are sending. The healing love that you are sending is coming through. And thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about today's project. Now, a few weeks ago, I went through my fall list of things that I want to do, to accomplish. And I'm super excited because these are some things that I've really been wanting to do for a long time. So now, my first project, I think I'm going to start small first. I want to put some sort of platform in front of the barn because, as you can see, it just doesn't grow anything and it's nothing but mud. I'm going to gather up all the brick because this is going to make it a lot easier. So I'm going to clear this out and I'm going to gather all of this brick, and then I have brick stashed at different parts I have brick stashed on different parts of the little farm, and I'll be gathering it. And I'm not really quite sure how much brick I need, but I think I have enough stashed in different areas to make a nice big platform. And so I'll probably start at the middle and then build out as I find more brick. So we're going to dig all of this stuff up, and then we're going to flatten it out and then put the brick on top of it. And then I don't know how we'll keep the brick together, maybe with soil, because that works too. We'll see. I don't want to use concrete because in case we change our mind and want to build something else with the brick and want to put a platform there. So I don't want to put permanent, but I want to use the materials that I have. And so let's get started. Are you excited? I am super excited. Getting that fall to-do list. What a pretty girl. What a pretty baby. Yeah. You're such a pretty girl. You're such a pretty girl. Your mama's pretty, 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 pretty girl. We have to move this little bush. It never really did very well here. It didn't like it here. So that's okay. We'll find a good spot for it. It doesn't look like it ever grew outside of its pot. Huh. All right. We'll find a good spot for it somewhere. We have it cleared out pretty much. We're going to get the garden rake and try to level it out a little bit. It slopes down. It slopes down. And so we'll loosen up the soil a little bit, and then we'll start collecting bricks. think it's ready, you guys. I think it's ready. I raked it and it looks good. So now let's start gathering the bricks. And that is the hard part. So we need to be like Popeye and eat some spinach so we can get those muscles going, because we're going to be gathering bricks. This will be the easy part, gathering these. Now don't worry, because I'll be getting all these bricks from the paddock, but I have some springtime plans for this, so stay tuned for that this coming spring. Anyway, so we'll gather all these bricks and then start gathering from other places, which I hope I can remember where I have them. I'm also thinking I'm going to take some from the tea garden, just because I feel like the pathway is getting crowded out by by the bricks and things growing over the bricks. So I'm going to take some from the tea garden. I mean, I'm just going to take from wherever I can to get this space filled. All right, you guys, let's go get a drink of water and then start gathering the bricks. These pavers are very beautiful. They're, I don't know if you call it embossed, but they're from different places here in Indiana. And we've been collecting bricks for a long time. Mr. Steve and I, since we first got married, we would see a pile of bricks for sale, and if the price was right, we would take some. So most of them are from Danville and from other places around here in Indiana. Right now I can't recollect, but I'll put it in the captions. Anyway, I just wanted to share that little bit of Indiana history with you. Even though I leveled the ground to make it as level as possible to lay these bricks, each brick is different. From the wear and tear of the age of the bricks, from the way the bricks were manufactured, the way that some are thick, some are thin. So I do have to individually add soil, take soil away, so that the top part, so the whole thing can be level, because the bricks are definitely not all the same size. before I started laying the brick, I kind of had an idea of what the pattern was going to be like. I wanted it to mimic the walkway a little bit, but I also had in mind that I wanted it to be a little more on one side than the other. So I decided to make a pattern of bricks going in one direction all the way around. And so that's how I decided on the pattern for my bricks. What is that? What are you doing then? Okay, let's finish this up. All right, we put the last brick in, and that's what it looks like. So I dug up some dirt, and I'm going to dump the dirt on there. Could use sand, but that would be expensive. Dirt's free, and I have it here, so I'm going to use that. And it's worked pretty well because that's what I used for this right here, this little sidewalk. And actually everywhere I put bricks, I use dirt. So let's look at it a little bit. Now, since all the bricks are different shapes, they're different years that they were manufactured, I think many of them were handmade. So they were all different shapes. I couldn't just make it level and then stick them all on there because they were just so different. So I just individually put them on there. And I think I did a pretty good job. And it's pretty level. So now we're going to put some of the dirt that I dug in there and fill in the crevices. And dirt does a really good job. So let's go ahead and do that. nice. I can just sit here and watch the animals up close and personal. Nice. I have to tell you, I'm a little tired. And I don't usually get tired, but I'm a little tired. Moving those bricks made me tired, but it was worth it because it looks so nice. And now I have a nice little spot to sit and watch the animals and just kind of have a spot. So, number 1 on the fall to-do list, check and done. Awesome. So exciting. Fall is a good time of year to get those little hard chores done when the weather cools down. It's not so hot to be out here lifting bricks and stuff. But I had to tell you guys, I'm a little bit tired. I'm ready for a cold drink, a book, and a nap. So I think that's where I'm headed. What are you up to this afternoon? I wonder. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and visiting me here on Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Try to get outside today if you can. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Love you. And I love you. And I love you. You're so wet. Were you in the water? Did you get in the water? Did you go in the water?